Okay guys, so in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a mountain bike jump. And the purpose of this jump is that it's portable, so you can bring it wherever you want. You can just put it in the back of your car, and if you're at a skate park or a mountain bike trail, you can put it down and use it. So let's get into it. The first thing you got to do is get resources, and by that I mean wood, so let's go get it. As you probably guessed, I didn't have that nice of wood, so I had to go behind my barn and find some. But I did end up using a brand new 2x6 that I found in my shed because that was more important. But you guys can buy it from the store or find it around your house, it doesn't matter. To build this jump, you're going to need a couple of 2x4s and a 2x6 that's about 6 feet tall, but you can totally change all of it so it doesn't matter. And that's all the wood you'll need. But as for the tools, you should have at least a handsaw, a drill, and a couple of screws. And that's all you'll need to make this jump. Okay, so the first step is cutting your 2x6. And the longer the 2x6, the more mellow your ramp can be, which is nicer for jumping. And likewise, the shorter the piece of the wood, the more steep it's going to be. And keep in mind, the longer the piece of the wood is, the less portable it is. So for me, I went 3 feet. It's really nice to fit in the back of my car. And it's a little steep, but it's not bad. The second step is you're going to want to line up your 2x6 to some kind of a flat surface and pretend that's the ground, because you're going to be cutting right along that edge there is where it's going to be laying on the ground. So this will really determine how steep your jump is going to be or how mellow it is. So this is quite important. So really just eyeball it and imagine hitting the ramp, and you'll see how steep it is, and then go from there and you'll be fine. Then cut that first 2x6 on the line that you put, and then put that 2x6 on the other and trace it so they have the exact same line. That's quite important, so it'll be nice and flush with the ground, and then you're fine. Next, you want to cut the cross sections that's connecting the frame. This will determine how wide your jump is going to be, but it'll also be a little wider on top because the pieces that you're actually going to be riding on will be wider than this, so keep that in mind. 9 inches seems pretty good. This next part's extra, but it does make the ramp a little smoother, especially if it's going to be a steep ramp like mine. We cut a 2x4 at a 45-degree angle, which you'll need some special equipment to do, and then we put a 3/4 inch plywood on it, and it seemed to work pretty good. Then is the fourth step, which is probably the easiest step, and you cut all the cross sections and drill them on top of the ramp. And this is what you'll be riding on, so you want to make it a little wider than the frame itself, but this is a pretty easy step. And the final step is just building the support. We used a 2x6 and we laid it flat on the ground, and this is good because then all the pressure being put, it won't dig into the ground because it's got such a large surface area. But if you only have 2x4s for this, that'll totally work as well. It might just dig in the ground a little bit more, but it's not that big of a deal. So there you have it. That's how you make a really easy mountain bike jump in 5 simple steps. This jump is pretty nice. I noticed that mine was maybe a little steep, so when you're building it, you might want to make it more mellow, but I'm getting used to it. It's totally fine. But as you can see here, it's very portable. I can put it in the back of my car very easily, but it's a nice jump. Okay guys, so that's how to build a ramp. It's pretty easy. It doesn't take too much time. We built it in about, I'd say, 2 hours. But it's pretty portable. It's not meant to be this big jump, just something little you can add to any kind of jump or obstacle you want to do. So that's all. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.